Yes, this is streaming live now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's session of Saudha Facebook Live talk and concert series. Many thanks those who have already joined, who are waiting for this beautiful session of Hindustani classical music. And many thanks in advance to those who will be joining in few minutes perhaps. This is a session, as you know, of Hindustani classical music. And as you know, this series covers a range of artistic portrayal of range of arts that includes classical music, Hindustani or Carnatic classical music, poetry, dance, painting, filmmaking, conversation with filmmakers. So any form of art all around the globe from different cultures. We try to feature world-class musicians, world-class performers, and also some talented performers who are appearing to the global scene, global musical scene with huge vigor, with huge potentiality. So this is quite a wonderful thing that you are leaving so many wonderful feedback, and this session is helping you, benefiting you in many ways. And also this is a pleasure for us to be able to offer all those wonderful performers who are making this world beautiful with their meaningful artistic journey. So today, as you know, we are featuring one of the extremely talented classical Hindustani classical vocalist of Kirana Gharana, Shahana Ali Khan. Namaskar to you, Shahana, and many thanks for joining as part of this series. And let me, yes, I managed to unmute you.
Thank you so very much. I'm very thankful to all the members of Saudha Arts who all have invited me here. So very thankful to you all, and want to congratulate you all that you all are doing such a good concept, including all the arts, all the forms of arts like music, dance, poetry, and etc. So this is really a very good concept that you all are doing, and I'm very thankful to you all again for inviting me here. Thank you so much.
Many thanks. Saudha is considered as one of the leading Indian classical music promoters here in UK. But to be honest, we try to promote global art forms. So not necessarily, mainly, predominantly, we promote Indian classical music, but we try to promote other meaningful art forms of the globe and try to expand the boundary of Indian classical music through amalgamation with other meaningful arts, and then create a good network of audiences from different cultural background. So I'm delighted to introduce some other panel members today. Our regular panel member, Shahid Mitul, a friend of us, a concert organizer and a spoken word artist. Many thanks, Shaheen, and welcome to today's session.
Thank you very much and welcome, Shahana ji. Looking forward to your recitals.
Yeah, thank you so much. And you are looking very beautiful.
And we are also delighted to have another part and parcel of this series. Jasmine Chaudhary, a political activist, a social justice campaigner, and a shortlisted MP candidate from Labour Party. Jasmine Chaudhry, many thanks for joining and welcome to today's session.
Thank you, Kaisar Bhai. A very warm welcome to you, Shahana ji. Really eagerly looking forward to this session. Thank you.
We have Srimati Shumona Mullik Boshu, one of the finest Indian semi-classical vocalists here in the UK and founder of another wonderful musical organization, Pratibha Performing Arts. Many thanks for joining, Shumona, and welcome to today's session.
Thank you, Kaisar Bhai, for inviting me to be here at the panel and eagerly waiting to hear you, Shahana ji. Can't wait.
Thank you so much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let us start with a video performance. Those who know Shahana Ali Khan, she's a wonderful, like I said, an extremely talented singer, vocalist, coming to the world music scene, to be honest. Those who listen to her, they know the beauty of her voice. But she is also blessed to be born in a extremely known, popular, and illustrious musical family. As you know, Shahana Ali Khan hails from the Kirana Gharana. As you know, she is the granddaughter of Padmasri Sarangi Nawaz, Ustad Shakur Khanji, and Ustad Niaz Ahmed Khanji. Having grown up in a completely musical surrounding, the young vocalist had decided to follow the steps of her father. Many of you know her father, one of my favorite, and also one of the great torchbearer of Kirana Gharana, Ustad Mashkur Ali Khanji. So she decided to follow the steps of her father, Bandish Nawaz, Ustad Mashkur Ali Khanji. Her vigorous training started at a very tender age under the guidance of her father and that of her maternal uncle, Ustad Mubarak Ali Khanji. Later on, Shahana was admitted in the ITC Sangeet Research Academy as a scholar. The youngest daughter of Ustad Mashkur Ali Khanji has had the chance to perform on various prestigious stages. She has performed in the ITC Sangeet Research Academy, Sangeet Sammelan in Kolkata, Sangeet Mahabharti in Mumbai, Sufi Inayat in Delhi, Classical Music Conference organized by the West Bengal State Music Academy in the year 2014. So we will try to explore more about her musical journey afterwards, but let us start with a bit of performance. So Shahana, what are you starting with today?
Before starting, I would like to say
We are,
something.
in India, 8:30 now. In India, 8:30 now, but we are moving to sunset gradually.
Before starting my performance, I would like to thank all of you and the people who are seeing us live. And I just want to tell them, as we all know that we are going through a very bad time, which is coronavirus. So it is my humble request to all of you who all are watching us that please do take care of yourself. And I know it's very impossible for everyone to stay at home very much, but it's my request to all of you, stay as much as possible at home and take care of yourself and your family. So I'll start my performance today with Rag Yaman.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you. Whatever you people will like and appreciate is all of my gurus and ustad, and the mistakes which I'll make is all mine. Excuse me.
Thank you for this beautiful word before you start. Thank you. Abar. Good. क्या बात क्या बात Good.
Pama re ga ma da pa ma ga re sa. Pama re ga ma da pa ma re da pa ma re pa ma re da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re sa. Re sa ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re sa da pa ma da pa ma re sa ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re sa. Re sa ni da pa ma da pa ma re sa ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re sa. Pa ma ga re ga ma da pa ma ga re sa ni re ga ma pa ma ga re sa. Re sa ni re ga ma da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re sa. Sa ni ma sa ni da sa ni ma re sa ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re sa. Re ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni da pa ma da pa ma ga re ga da pa ma ga re sa. Sa do na re ma. Pa ma ga re ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Pa ma ga re ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Ga ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Ga ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni da ma re ga ma re re ni re ma ni ma re ga ma re re ni. Da pa ma ga re sa. Pa ma ga re ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Pa ma ga re ga ma da ni ma da ma ni da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni da ma re ga ma re re ni. Re ma ni ma re ga ma re re ni. Da pa ma ga re sa. Pa re ga ma da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Ni re ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re ga da pa ma ga re sa. Sa do na re ba. Re sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Da pa ma re sa ni da pa ma. Re sa ni da pa ma re sa ni da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Sa ni da pa ma ga ma da pa da ma ga re ga ma da ni ma ni da pa ma da ma da pa ga re sa.
क्या बात
Ma ga re ga da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re ga ma da ni da pa ma ga re sa. Pa ma ga re ga da pa ma ga re sa ni re sa. Sa do na re ba. This is the rare bandish of Kirana Gharana, which is mainly sung from our Gharana. I've learned this bandish from my father and my uncle, Ustad Mubarak Ali Khan Sahab.
Yeah.
Khan Sahab. तू जग में शरम रख मेरे तू जग में शरम रख मेरे तू जग में शरम रख मेरे तो मैं सोई पाक परवन दिगार तो मैं सोई पाक परवन दिगार तू जग में शरम रख मेरे तू जग में शरम रख मेरे तू जग में शरम रख मेरे तो मैं कोई बात परवन दिगार तो मैं सोई बात परवन दिगार तू जग में शरम रख मेरे तू जग में शरम रख मेरे
क्या बात
शरम रख मेरे तू जग में शरम रख मेरे पम गरे गम धनि सा नि ध पम गरे सा जग में शरम रख नि ध नि नि ध पम गरे सा तू जग में शरम रख पम गरे ग ध पम गरे सा तू जग में शरम रख मेरे नि ध नि नि ध पम गरे सा तू जग में शरम रख पम गरे गम धनि सा 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 जग में शरम रख मेरे तू जग में शरम पम गरे ग ध पम गरे सा तू जग में नि नि ध पम गरे गम धनि सा नि ध पम गरे सा तू जग में शरम रख मेरे नि नि ध पम गरे गम धनि मा ध नि नि ध पम गरे गम धनि सा नि रे सा नि ध पम गरे सा तू जग में शरम रख पम गरे ग ध पम गरे गम धनि मा ध नि नि ध पम गरे गम धनि सा नि ध पम गरे सा तू जग में शरम रख पम रे ग म ध पम गरे ग पम रे ग म ध पम रे ध पम रे ध पम गरे ग म ध नि ध पम गरे सा तू जग में शरम ध म ध स म ग म स गरे ग स सा नि ध पम गरे ग म ध नि ध सा नि रे सा नि ध पम गरे सा सा तू जग में शरम रख मेरे पम गरे ग ध पम गरे ग म ध नि सा नि रे सा नि ध पम गरे सा सा तू जग में शरम रख सा नि ध पम ग म ग पम ध पम रे ग गरे सा म ध पम रे ग गरे सा नि रे सा नि ध पम गरे सा तू जग में शरम रख मेरे तू नि नि ध पम गरे सा सा तू जग में शरम रख सा नि ध ध पम गरे सा जग में शरम रख मेरे तू जग में शरम रे सा नि ध पम गरे सा ध पम रे सा नि ध पम गरे सा रे सा नि ध पम रे सा नि ध पम गरे ग म ध नि नि ध पम गरे ग म ध नि सा नि रे सा नि ध पम गरे सा तू जग में शरम रख मेरे जग में शरम
It is
Wow.
not,
Please.
reading some verses from Mirza Ghalib. It is not love, it is madness. You say it is not love, it is madness. My madness may be the cause of your fame. Sever not my relationship with you. If nothing, then be my enemy. What is the meaning of notoriety in meeting me? If not in public court, meet me alone. I'm not my own enemy. So what if the stranger is in love with you? Whatever you are, it is due to your own being. If this not known, then it is ignorance. Life, though fleets like lightning flash, yet it is the abundant time to be in love. I do not want to debate on the substance of love, be it not love, but another dilemma. Give something, oh biased one, at least the sanction to cry and plead. I will perpetuate the rituals, even if the cruelty be your habit. Teasing and cajoling the beloved cannot live aside. Even there is no union and only the desire remains. Thank you.
Many thanks, Jasmine, and many thanks and immense gratitude, Shahana, for singing such a beautiful, it's not just beautiful, celestial raga rendition of Rag Yaman. And Kirana Gharana was reflecting in your gaike, a special type of vilambit you did, and especially when you are doing tan sargam, especially akar tan, we can see your schooling. And when I invited you, Shahana, I was looking forward for this rare bandishes because you came from Mashkura, I mean, as a daughter of Mashkura Lekhanji, who is Bandish Nawaz. And there he's actually considered as one of the stalwart.
He's actually known for his rare bandishes.
Exactly. So many bandishes are stored in him now. This is for researchers' job now to explore his journey into those bandishes. And especially when it comes to Kirana Gharana, we know that this is almost fairly new Gharana, comparing with other ancient Gharanas in 19th century, Mia Bandishale Khanji, Rudra Vinakar, and then everyone know as Abdul Karim Khan Sahab, Wahid Ali Khan Sahab, and
Abdul
then
Wahid Khan Sahab,
Abdul Wahid Khan
Abdul
Sahab.
Karim Khan Sahab.
Exactly, yeah, that's what I was trying to mention. And then the journey of Kirana Gharana started from there. But the style of Gayaki, it has contributed to the whole diagnosis of Indian classical music is so unique. Especially we could be, and our audience would be really happy perhaps if we could show you a way of Laikari as well. Because of tabla, you can't do it. You can't do the proper justice because there is no any tabla accompaniment. But the beautiful way you present it is just amazing, Shahana. Yeah, you just, I'm sure our audiences are equally hypnotized. The way you started was just unique as
Actually,
intriguing.
it was a short time, and it's especially for Kirana Gharana's Gaiki. It's very difficult for us to present this rag
Without
in
tabla,
this short
without
time.
tabla, and also without tabla because without
Yeah,
tabla
I
accompaniment.
just because of the lockdown, I'm not able to
Exactly.
take a tabla player, just using this electronic tabla.
True. There is so many limitations, but with those limitations, you excel in so beautiful ways.
Thank you so much.
Number of imaginations are coming to my mind, but I will come back to you with this imagination and special type of Gaiki. But can we have some audience's feedback, whether perhaps when you started, there was a bit of sound loss, but
Okay.
I mean, when you continued, when you started doing Vistar and, then I think we were fairly okay. But Mithul, is it possible to read some audience's feedback?
Yes, the audience gave the same feedback. To start with, the sound was fading away a little bit. Uttiya Bandapadhyay, watching you and listening you, Debashish Bhattacharya, love this deep voice, reminds me of the Nuran sisters.
Exactly.
Sunil Rai said Namaskar, Pabitra Kumar Mitra, Namaskar. Shujata Chaudhary has sent her love, Abra Bhaumik, Abhijit Malik, Furkan Khan, kya baat.
Actually, this is kya baat. I mean, there is no word to, the way you started and the way you, I mean, especially, I mean, when we ask any vocalist to sing, especially in this time, we know there are so many limitations. Internet is making trouble. No tabla without having any, master tabla player. It's very hard to go ahead with your own imagination of ascending and descending, and the way you want to do the, Laikari and Tansagam perhaps. But with all those limitations, you excelled.
Thank you so much.
Beautifully. Mithul, is it possible? Is that all, or you want to?
And we have
read any more?
Jagir Alam and Rashmi Bharti watching with us.
Yeah, thank you. Rashmiji will be featured tomorrow. Rashmi Bharti, Sri Rashmi Bharti, another phenomenal musician who is an ambassador of Indian classical music in the West, and doing so many things. He organizes, he hosts international festivals in Italy, and also merging other Western music with Indian classical music. So he will be featured tomorrow at 4:30. Please stay tuned. Jagir Alamji, many thanks for watching, and I'm sure Shahana is equally hypnotizing all of us as personally myself. Shona would like to add anything?
Absolutely brilliant, Shahana ji. आपकी गायकी में पता चलता है your cultural heritage, and
Thank
the
you.
Bistar and Alap has got a lot of therav in it. Though you've got a lot of limitations, but still we didn't think that you were rushing at all. You have followed the traditional way of singing, starting from Alap and then went on to the Drut Kheyal. So it was brilliant. It was absolutely soulful singing of yours. We enjoyed it so much.
These are all the blessings of my Ustad and my dad, Ustad Mashkur Ali Khan Sahab and Mubarak Ali Khan Sahab.
No, this is true. And then such a matured singing comparing with your age.
Exactly. आप इसी उम्र पे ऐसा गा रहे हैं तो बाद में क्या होगा मालूम नहीं.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Comparing
बस
with your
दुआ
age.
कीजिए.
Many thanks. Many thanks. I can't thank enough for this beautiful rendition. So is it possible to, I mean, just a bit of consecutive question, because I'm feeling a bit curious. As a young musician, do you feel sometime when you sing, because you try to do so many experiments, you try to develop your own imagination, own way of ascending and descending, uh, whether that's what I feel sometimes, that if you, when you sing, does any, I mean, do you imagine anything? And does this imagination helps you shaping your singing? Say, for instance, when you're singing Yemen, do you see any river or any flowers or all this romantic skyline? And when you focuses on this kind of imagination, does it help or does it shape your singing, or you just carry on focusing on notes instead of any scenario?
Actually, when I sing, as I feel when I do ibadat,
Mhm.
when we read namaz,
Kya baat, kya baat, kya
we
baat.
read it from our heart. So
Uh-huh.
music is also like a ibadat to me.
Wow, how
This
beautifully
is
said.
all I can say, nothing more.
Exactly, connecting with the super soul, supreme being. Exactly, how beautifully said. How beautiful. Is it possible also, before we go to the next rendition, I know that internet is troubling, but quite fortunately, so far it's okay.
So far, so good.
Kindly, if you tell us a bit more about your dad, how did you learn and how is he uh, um, when he teaches you? Can you tell us a bit from your memory, you know, and your learning style from your even maternal uncle as well?
Yes, actually, my talim was started by my uncle, Ustad
Mhm,
Mubarak Ali Khan Sahab, since childhood.
mhm,
So I used to learn from him,
mhm.
but at the same time, I got to know, as you all know, that in Muslim families, women are not allowed to perform on stage.
Mhm. True.
So
Mhm,
that time I used to learn music, but after that, many people told my dad that what your daughter is going to perform on stage. Is it true? It's not been done in our khandan and family. So I got to know this. Then after that, why people are saying like that we are not allowed to perform on stage. This
mhm.
is not good. That only son can perform on stage, not daughters.
Right.
So it was a big question for me. And when I got to know that I won't be able to perform on stage, then I thought, then why will I learn music? But as the
Exactly.
time passed, actually, three people plays an important role in my life. My
Mhm,
mom,
mhm,
Khurshid Begum, my
mhm,
uncle Ustad Mubarak Ali Khan Sahab, and my dad Ustad Mashkur Ali Khan Sahab.
mhm,
They have supported me a lot. Actually, my father's mentality was also like that. No, women are not allowed to perform on stage. But as we have stayed in Kolkata, we haven't stayed with our family in Delhi and the Kirana. So the
mhm.
mentality of my dad changed, and he thought, no, if she's singing good, then she should perform on stage. Why we are stopping her? So
Wow.
many changes came. First, I started learning. Actually, music is I'm born musically actually, because from
Exactly.
both the sides, from my mom's sides and from my dad's sides, I
True.
belong to my, as you have said, that my grandfather, maternal grandfather Niaz Ahmed Khan
True.
Sahab.
True.
So from
True.
both the sides, I'm born musical. So it's in my
True.
blood.
Yeah. So they are this stalwart, not just a maestro, stalwart of Hindustani classical music, and quite rightly said, you came from. I
So
mean,
my
you're
serious
born with music.
training started at the age of 13.
Mhm,
Uh, by my Guru Ustad Mubarak Ali Khan Sahab. He used to take me with him and me do my riyaz every day. And nowadays also he's staying in Mumbai, but every day he calls me and asks, have you done your riyaz today? So one and the other day I say, no, I haven't done. Well, why? No, I call him Chacha. Chacha, I was not well. That's why, no. If you're not well also, you have to at least do your riyaz for 20 minutes, but you have to practice every day. That's the good thinking of him. And I started my talim at the age of 13. Then I started learning from my...
When did you get admitted in Sangeet Research Academy, SRA?
I was admitted in Sangeet Research Academy in 2010.
2010, and right. Okay.
Actually, we had a executive director, Ravi Mathurji. So one day I was doing riyaz in the evening. So he was walking there in the lawns. The next day he asked my father, who was singing in the evening yesterday. My dad said, she's my younger daughter, Shahana Ali Khan. She's singing. Then if she's singing so nice, then why don't you allow her to be a scholar at ITC Sangeet Research Academy? Then my dad thought, yes. Then after that, I gave the audition for the scholarship in ITC Sangeet Research Academy. And in 2010, I became the scholar of ITC Sangeet Research Academy.
But before you get admitted in ITC, you got talim from your uncle, maternal uncle.
Yes.
And you continued with this.
Now also I'm taking talim from him, but now he's in Mumbai. So after I became the scholar in ITC Sangeet Research Academy, from that time to this time, I'm taking talim under my father. So
Mashkurji is a long run teacher of Sangeet Research Academy, as you all know.
Yes.
And the torchbearer of Kirana Gharana.
Yeah.
So perhaps we can continue a bit with the discussion, but we need to listen from you because you are singing is a blissful year, one thing that I before we move on to your next performance, a huge gratitude, immense respect to these three people who shaped your life, musical life: Khushi Begum ji and Mubarak Hussain ji,
Mubarak Ali Khan.
Sorry, Mubarak Ali Khan ji, and then your father, Mashkur Ali Khan ji, and also the struggle you have, because if you did not have urge, a revolutionary urge in yourself, what's wrong with women? What's wrong with girls? Music is equally abundant to me, so why can't I sing on the stage? So you have an uncompromising urge within yourself. That's what I can say. And then respect, hats off to your urge. Otherwise, global music scene would miss such a beautiful voice. Many thanks to all these three people who shaped your life, and many thanks. Hats off to you, Shahana.
I also wanted to thank them today on live if they are watching me.
If they see,
because these three people have supported me a lot in my life, and they are still.
Fantastic. This is so wonderful to find this out.
Because
and also
there are some people who used to say, what, Khan Saab's daughter will sing on stage? Wow.
You should have, I mean, that is also, I mean, these three people, credit goes to them, but also credit goes to yourself. Irresistible passion. You must have an irresistible passion to break this stereotype that music is for all. Music is, like you said, ibadat to you. Music is worship to you. And then it's equally ibadat for men and women, regardless, whatever gender it is. And many thanks to them and many thanks to yourself. What is the next rendition that we are listening and our audiences are getting?
I would like to sing Rag Bihag in Teen Taal.
Right.
I'll sing it
Fantastic.
very short.
Exactly. Please do. Yeah.
Rag is one of my very favorite ragas.
Exactly. I exactly know why. Yeah. If you kindly come a bit closer to the device. If you kindly come a bit closer to the device when you sing. Thank you. Uh,
प्यारे प्यारे अखियाँ राधे के सगे प्यारे प्यारे अखियाँ राधे के सगे प्यारे प्यारे अखियाँ राधे के मन छीन लियो मन मोहन को मान छीन लियो मन मोहन को प्यारे प्यारे अखियाँ राधे के सगे प्यारे प्यारे अखियाँ राधे के मन छीन लियो मन मोहन को मान छीन लियो मन मोहन को प्यारे प्यारे अखियाँ राधे के सगे प्यारे 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 अखियारा प्यारे अखियारा प्यारे प्यारे अखियारा देखे मन छीन लियो मन मोहन को मन छीन लियो मन मोहन को प्यारे प्यारे अखियारा पम गम गर सा दे सा प्यारे प्यारे अखियाँ पम गम पनि न पम गम गर सा प्यारे प्यारे अखियाँ पम गम पनि सा नि न पम गम पनि न पम गम गर सा सा पम गम गर सा प्यारे प्यारे अखियाँ पम गम पनि सा नि न पम गम पनि न पम गम गर सा पम गम गर सा प्यारे प्यारे अखियाँ नि न पम गम पनि सा नि न पम गम गर सा सा पम गम गर सा सा पम गम पनि सा नि न पम गम गर सा तेरे सा प्यारे प्यारे अखियाँ प्यारे प्यारे अखियारा प्यारे प्यारे अखियारा पम गम पनि सा नि न पम गम पनि सा नि न पम गम गर सा सा पम गम गर सा सम गम पनि सा नि न पम गम पनि न पम गम गर सा प्यारे प्यारे अखियारा नि नि न पम गम गर सा प्यारे प्यारे अखियाँ नि 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 न पम गम पनि सा नि न पम गम पनि सा नि न पम गम गर सा प्यारे प्यारे अखियारा प्यारे प्यारे अखियाँ प्यारे प्यारे अखियारा सनि द पम गम पनि सा नि म पनि म द गम नि नि द पम गम गर सा प्यारे प्यारे अखियारा पम गम गर सा सा पम गम गर सा सम गम गम गर सा सम गम पनि सा नि म पनि म द गम नि नि द पम गम पनि सा नि द पम गम गर सा नि नि द पम गम गर सा प्यारे प्यारे अखियारा
quoting from Rumi, you look through my two eyes, you are closer to me than myself. Your light shines brighter than the moon. Come into the garden so that the glory of the rose garden is humbled, that it may be more beautiful and blooming than 100 gardens and rose beds, so that the cedar will hide its height in shame, that the tongue of the lily will declare you more lily than itself. When you are kind, you are the candle of the soul, soft and pliable as wax. When you are alive, you are more iron than iron. Do not be wild, because you will meet her face to face. Her charm will make you as cool and pliant as the earth. Throw away your armor and bare your chest at the moment of battle. There is no better protection, no armor than her. That's why in every Sufi retreat, all the openings are sealed shut, so that from your light the house becomes more illuminated. Thank you.
Many thanks, Mithul, and many thanks again, Shahana. How effortlessly you are singing. You didn't need to put any effort, as if it's coming so spontaneously. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Again, we venerate the teachers, the gurus that you learn from, and such a beautiful and effortless singing. And I'm sure gradually you will expand your spectrum and win the world with this beautiful. I know that you perhaps have, because your approach is to do worship through, ibadat through music, but also from us, we will expect you will be blessed to ears of many audiences all around the globe. Shubham, would like to add anything? I would like to get some
We
audience.
just need
Yes.
all of your blessings and
Shubham, please. Yeah, go on.
After you, Shahana ji, after you. You were trying to say something?
That's the.
No, she's back. She's back.
Okay.
All right, Shahana ji, you are destined to become a singer. You're destined to become a performer. You know, God bhi hota to aapko rok nahi sakte the. So that's how you are born to become a singer. So I'm just wondering, any female singer you have idolized in your life apart from your uncle and father? Have you idolized any female vocalists apart from your father and uncle?
yeah, if female singer you are asking.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I love to listen Kishori Amonkar ji.
All right. Okay.
Kya baat. Fantastic.
Okay. Definitely, you are going to be an idol for many singers in the next generation who are going
Kishori
to follow your
Amonkar ji
footsteps.
and Dr. Prabhat Ray.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. So did you, because of your family, you managed to stay in association with many stalwart perhaps? Could you tell us a few names, and then perhaps you managed to sing in front of them and then they listen?
Actually, when I was in ITC Sangeet Research Academy, every year we used to have a gradation test.
Yes.
So one of my most memorable moment I would like to share today, that I had an audition in which Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma ji was present there.
Wow.
Hari Prasad Chaurasia ji were present, and Pandit Rajan Sajan Mishra ji were present there, and Vidushi Ashwini Bhide ji was there. And my dad, Ustad Mashkur Ali Khan Saab, and Ustad Abdul Rashid Khan Saab, Pandit Ajay Chakravarti ji, Pandit Arun Bhaduri ji,
क्या बात
and Pandit Ulas Kashalkar ji, and Pandit Suresh Talwarkar ji,
क्या बात
and there were many. It's my what could I say? It's my destiny, or what I feel very proud that I have that moment in my life, that in front of these legends I have
You
performed.
managed to sing. You managed to sing in front of them.
I managed to sing. Yeah, that's the main thing. It was very difficult for me to perform on that stage because all these stalwarts were sitting in front of me. So I was like, so that is the most memorable and precious moment of my life.
And
How
have
old
they-
were you?
have they given
How
you any
old were
feedback?
you?
I was about, I think, 20 years old.
And have they given you any feedback? Anyone after you managed to sing?
And even I would like to mention one more name. Even Shobha Mudgal ji was also there.
क्या बात.
So they appreciated my singing very much. And one thing I would like to say, then after my performance, Shobha Mudgal ji told me that you sing really very well, and you are a tiny little girl from where your voice is coming out. And she
So
told me that, Shahana, whenever you are going to perform in Mumbai, I will be the first one to buy your program's ticket.
Shubha Mudgal ji said, unbelievable. So you got blessing not only from your
All blessing
parents.
I have got from these
Exactly.
legends.
These are legend, and these are the shapers of Hindustani classical music at this moment. So you
And I
managed
have
to
also got, when I sang my first audition in ITC Sangeet Research Academy, I was blessed, and Pandit Ajay Chakravarti ji appreciated me a lot and gave me 1,000 rupees that time.
Wow, unbelievable. So this is, you got right blessing from
These are all
the
blessings I have got in my childhood.
shapers. Exactly, from the shapers of Hindustani, especially Indian classical music. So you have such a great start, and world is waiting now for you to come on the stage and
Actually,
mesmerize.
ITC Sangeet Research Academy gave me a great opportunity. Especially, I'm very thankful to our executive director, Ravi Mathur ji.
Right.
He used to love me a lot. I used to call him Ravi uncle.
Great. Good. Can we just, Mithul, is it possible to read some audience's feedback? I know there are some loss of sound, apology, honest apology, unconditional apology to all of you. I know when sound makes trouble, especially when you listen to this kind of celestial music, this is very much disturbing. We acknowledge this, and please accept our apology. This is this is not under our control. This is for internet connection. So please accept our apology.
I hope I didn't have any
Please
connection
continue.
problem till now.
No. We are going quite.
You have direct
again.
connection. You have direct connection with our heart. So there
Thank you
can't
so
be any
much.
other connection problem, Shahana ji.
Again,
All of
you
your
got
love
blessing.
and blessings, and the people who are watching me, I just want all of them to bless me.
Exactly. Thank you, Mithul. Is it possible? Kindly read some audience's feedback.
Yes, absolutely. Manjeet Rehal, very nice. Thanks. Tanya Rahman, very nice. Charu Shahan, where is Shahana ji based?
She's based in Kolkata now, but she's from. You're from Delhi, aren't you?
Actually, I'm born in Kolkata only.
Yeah, you're born in Kolkata. Definitely, that's for sure. Yeah.
Jagir Alam, I totally agree with Shumona's beautiful comments about Shahana's gaiki. And he has also written, music is my ibadat, kya baat hai.
True. Mesmerized by this comment as well. And when you start taking music as ibadat, boundary knows no bound. So you are an eternal traveler. You become an eternal traveler in music. Anything else to add on?
Yeah, then Ananya Sharkar, very good. Abhijit Malik, kya baat. Furkan Khan, wah. That's all I've got for now.
Many thanks those who are watching. We are my plan is to, because obviously for internet connection we can't continue that long, so my plan is to end with a Thumri or Bhairavi perhaps, if that's okay with Shahana. But I also would like to ask you, what's your future plan about music?
My future plans are to take my music further, as
Further.
I have huge responsibility and duty on me
Exactly.
from my gharana. So it's my duty to take it further, and just need all of your blessings who all are watching, so I can make it this forward.
And
Yes, I want-
exactly, I mean, you are also, like Shumana said, you are also a role model. You will be role model for many ladies, many girls, many women who, and many women can see you as the one who revolutionized and then broke the stereotype uh, so successfully and took your position in the world stage. And you have right level of potentiality, right level of vigor, right level of passion, and mesmerizing singing style. Everyone will agree on this.
Thank you so
Did you manage to, because obviously you are quite sticking to Kirana Gharana, I know why, because you came from, your teaching is from the gurus who are the torchbearer of this Gharana. So you sing number of bandishes, rare bandishes. Perhaps you learn number of bandishes, which is rare in Kirana Gharana's Gayaki style. And also the Gayaki style that you inherited is purely traditional Gayaki style. But uh, did you feel any passion sometime to merge with other Gharanas, to merge your Gayaki style with other Gharanas, and also other music, not just Hindustani classical music. Sometimes perhaps, I'm not sure whether you listen some world music or world classical.
no,
Western classical.
I listen all types of music,
Great, fantastic.
whether
Mm.
it's classical, whether it's semi-classical, ghazal.
Mhm,
I listen them all. It's not just that I only listen classical music. I
mhm,
like every music.
mhm. And did you try making any experiment with other music, or have you planned to do something like this?
Yes, I have sang many times ghazals, but
Mhm,
on live I haven't,
mhm, mhm,
because uh, mainly
mhm.
I perform classical music on stage. So in
Exactly.
future, I would love to do that also,
Great.
singing ghazals and all.
Many thanks. Yes, yes. I'm sure you will break the boundary with your haunting voice and mesmerizing Gayaki style. I'm sure you gradually will be positioned in the world stage as your father, as your maternal uncle, as your grandfathers, and you have that ability. Personally, you sang now, and then I'm sure uh, I am intrigued, captivated, transcended with your behag, and even past one. Uh, but
Actually, from
Yemen,
3 4 days, I was having a throat problem.
mhm,
Actually,
still with it.
last week only I lost my cousin brother. I hope
Oh,
you all know the
yeah.
music director from Sajid Wajid duo,
Yeah.
Wajid Khan. I lost my cousin brother Wajid Khan. He's my cousin brother. He was my cousin brother.
Oh. And was it for
So
Corona? Was it with
no,
Corona?
actually, 3 months ago he had a kidney transplant.
Mhm.
So from 3 months he was in the hospital, but at the end time he was also affected by corona.
Oh,
So
I'm
on
so sad.
1st June he expired. So
Mhm.
from that time our mind and
Yeah,
heart are not
just
settled.
exactly. Understandably. Understandably, many thanks Shahana, would like to add anything before we move on to last performance, perhaps any Thumri on Bhairavi or something like this?
No, no, actually, I'm having a throat problem, and so
Okay,
it is.
that's okay. No, that's fine. Purely fantastic, purely okay. Shahana would like to add anything.
Since this morning, I was waiting to hear you, Shahana ji. So, I'm so glad.
Sweet of you.
And from your Raga Yaman, you connected with us. So the sound problem, it didn't matter to me, at least. It didn't
I
matter.
wish I could meet all of you personally once.
Yeah, you
Exactly,
live very
exactly.
close to my house. If you are still based in SRA, then it's very close to my house. Maybe one day I'll just go to Calcutta and knock at your door.
Sure, sure.
Want you to sing
Also,
for
I'd
me.
love to meet you all.
and yes, we can perhaps invite you here in UK, and then I'm sure the audiences in the UK will, those who are watching now from Europe, they would love to listen to you
Sure.
face to
I
face.
would love to come there as soon as this coronavirus and lockdowns end.
Exactly, exactly. Mitul, would like to add your concluding note?
Yeah, Shahana ji, tonight through your magical hypnotic recitals, you helped us transmit to a completely different world, away from all the hustle, bustle, and disturbances. It was like stepping into a stream and joining the flow. Thank you for such a magical experience. I shall cherish this in my heart forever.
Thank you so much, and thank you all so very much for inviting me here. I
Jasmine?
have also enjoyed a lot
Thank
having
you. Jasmine, would you like to add your concluding note?
I think Shumadi, Kaisarbai, and Mitul, you've all covered everything I wanted to say. But just to say, it's been such an just listen. I think music has been medicine for our soul for centuries. Human civilization have gone back to music at every periods where there's been challenges like we are going through now. But just listening to you, it's been such an personally, it's been an inspiration. It's been an inspirational session, listening to your experience and how you overcome some of those challenges, overcome some of those stereotypes, but also how, it's just a blessing to listen to you. Your voice is so soulful, and it transforms. I'm sure everybody who listened to this session will feel the same, and it connected us to this different world. Thank you so much.
Many thanks, Jasmine. Shahana, I would like to add in your concluding note. We are ending after your concluding note.
I just want to say to all of you who all are watching, we are going through a very bad time.
Yeah.
So it's my request to all of you, please stay at home and stay safe. Take care of yourself and your families. And inshallah, we'll come soon again.
Thank you. Many thanks, and many thanks again to your uncle Mubarak Ali Khanji and your mom and your father who shaped your music. And like Shimona said, I'm sure you will be inspiration for many girls. And through your talk, through your performances, I'm sure you managed to portray an exemplary artistry. And those who have watched, your music was a close association of their heart. This almost 2 hours gone, almost like a magic. And many thanks for this, for offering this magical moments. Audiences, ladies and gentlemen, those who are watching, I'm sure you all want to see or witness these breathtaking experiences face to face. We will try to feature as part of Saudha's regular events, perhaps next year. if everything goes okay, and we manage to, or will manage to witness her singing face to face. Many, many thanks again for giving this time and offering these beautiful performances. As I said about tomorrow's event, tomorrow we will feature Sri Reshmi Bharji, a ambassador of Indian music in the West, and he will perform with his 5 group members, those who are Italian musicians, and then talk about the fact that how his music has been shaped, his way of journey has been shaped by world music. So look forward for this. And many thanks, Shumana. Many thanks, Mitul. Many thanks, Jasmine. Many thanks, Shahana, again.
Thank you all so very much.
And
Thank you, Shahana.
see you soon again. Stay tuned. And like Shahana said, stay safe, stay at home. And profound condolence to you and your family for this huge loss.
Thank you so much.
And see you soon again tomorrow at 4:30. Thank you.
Thank
See you
you.
then.
Good night.
Have a wonderful rest of the evening.